House Majority Leader DJ Bettencourt. DJ?
Thank you, Gene. In putting together these remarks, I reached out to members of the staff, in particular Paul Smith and many of my colleagues. And so many of my remarks here today reflect how they felt about Mike. I'm honored to say a few words today about a man who truly epitomizes the definition of a statesman. A self-made businessman who turned a small motorcycle company into a power sports empire. Mike Whalley was as astute in business as he was in politics. Something that I personally remember clearly and fondly was Mike's sheer presence of leadership. He never raised his voice because he simply didn't need to. He could articulate any position with authority and mastery. Whenever he approached the well to speak, the oohs from the audience were audible yet serious, because people knew that Mike meant business. His words were always formidable, carefully chosen, and executed precisely. Mike Whalley was a giant, a towering figure in terms of stature and political ability. In particular, getting to stature, Mike sat in the house where I sit now, and it's extraordinary. Mike could get from his seat to the well in a single stride, which I'm not sure how you do that, but he managed to do it. It takes me at least 3 steps. Mike commanded respect, not because he asked for it or imposed it on you, but because of the way he carried himself. I met Mike when I first came to the legislature in 2004, and I'm proud to say that I voted for him for Speaker of the House. While he was not successful in that particular run, he made improvements to the state just the same in that session, including strengthening our ethics laws, which the Speaker and Governor mentioned. I particularly envied Mike's ability to go to the floor and be able to talk on any issue at any time without any notes and whim. In 2006, Republicans were dealt a electoral defeat, but there was only one man who our party believed could unite our party during that difficult time, and that was Mike. And he was elected the first Republican minority leader in almost 100 years. Mike used his knowledge of the institution and his friendships to make our caucus relevant, even in a minority role. I was fortunate to be able to deal with Mike a lot that term as one of the co-chairmen of the House Republican Alliance. And he was always attentive, respectful, and dignified with me, despite my relative young age. I remember when Mike began telling us he was sick. He didn't try to draw sympathy. Rather, he was strong and wanted us to be strong too. I will never forget the day in January when he came to the floor of the House. And despite the partisan hyperbole surrounding that time, he told us that friendships were important and that that is what meant more in Concord than partisan wrangling. He called us his family, but we knew that we were a much distant second family to those who were closest to him, the 3 people he always talked most about, Per, John, and Caitlin. Those 3 people were his life, and everyone in Concord knew that. To them, I simply say thank you for sharing him with us. We're all better people for having known him. We're here today to honor the man and the legacy of Mike Whalley, a man who lived a life devoted to family and to this house and to this state. And this tribute today to him will be a lasting recognition that I and many others will not forget. Thank you very much.